Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out some new products. I picked up several products. Some of them were repurchases and some of them are just products that I've never tried before. But I figured we would try those out together. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and get our makeup on, shall we? Alright, so first things first, this is not a new product, but it is a product that I've been really liking lately, and that is the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer and moisturizer. This stuff works really well for a primer, and it's you can see it's quite goopy, so it does really good at making the makeup stick. Alright, and I just like to apply that with my fingers and just rub it into the skin. I like to take a couple seconds to really work this into my skin too, because during the fall and winter months my skin gets super dry. I'm normal to combination skin anyways, but it seems like wintertime really takes a toll on my face, and with all these Halloween videos that I've been making, it is even worse than usual. So whenever I moisturize my face, I always make sure to take it down my neck as well. So once I have my primer on, I let it sink in for a little while, and then we're going to move on to foundation. And I actually have a bit of a self-tan going on right now. I accidentally bought the wrong shade, but I do like this shade, so I'm going to keep it. And this is the Unique Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation. And actually, to apply that, I'm going to use these Moda Magic Sponges. There's 4 pieces in here. I hauled these not long ago, but I'm kind of thinking that this one right here looks interesting, and I'm hoping that they have the same consistency as like the Real Technique sponge or the Beauty Blender, because I've bought a lot of beauty sponges that were crap. Because I'm always that cheap person who wants to buy the dupe for everything, and some things are just not dupeable. And straight off the bat, they definitely don't feel like the Beauty Blender and the Real Technique sponge. It feels much harder. So I'm kind of, that concerns me just a little. But I'm going to go wet this, and then we'll try to see how big that it expands. Okay, so like, holy cow, it got way bigger. It still does not feel quite like a Beauty Blender or Real Technique sponge, so we'll see how it applies the makeup. But I'm just going to take a few drops of this foundation. On one side, I'm going to work it in with a brush first, just because that's what I would normally do with any other foundation. And I'm going to make sure to take it down the neck, because even though it matches better, I still like for my neck to be the exact same color as my face. And I'm going to run it on my ears too, because they're always red. Y'all know that though. Alright, so there's the coverage. And now I'm going to take the sponge on the other side and see what that does. So initial thought is that I definitely like the Moda brushes better than the sponge. I mean, it's not horrible, and maybe it will grow on me with time. Right now it just feels like I'm hitting myself in the face pretty hard. I do feel like both sides covered about the same, so it does have that going for it. So as far as coverage goes, this definitely works really well. It's not as soft as the Beauty Blender, but it is quite a big difference in price. For this entire pack of sponges, I only paid like $9 and some change. So there's a pretty decent dupe. I'm going to use one of the small ones for concealer and see what that does for me. So for the concealer, I'm actually going to take the small one that's like the same design as this one. But for foundation, this one is not new. This is just the Maybelline Fit Me, or concealer I mean. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I really like this concealer. This one's a little bit too light for me right now, but that's okay. We'll just have some bright under eyes. I'm just going to work that in with this sponge. And I actually do kind of like the shape of this versus like the mini Beauty Blender, because you can actually pinch it a little bit better where it's flat on the bottom. You may or may not enjoy that, but I do. with the mini beauty blender, it's rounded at the bottom, so it's kind of harder for me to hold on to because I've got pretty big hands. I'm just going to take that first sponge and use it to blend this in with the foundation a little bit more, because like I said, this is actually a quite pale concealer for me right now. That's not too bad though. Alright, to set that concealer in place, this is not a new product, but it hasn't been used in quite a while. This is the Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder, and I'm just going to use that to set it because it's kind of got a yellow tint to it, and maybe it'll tone down the white cast that's going on under my eyes right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these creases off of my under eyes. Same goes for the eyelid. I'm just going to use this banana powder to set that in place as well. And that's a really fun trick if you don't want to use a primer, or if you're like me and you don't really have super oily eyelids and you don't like using a primer, then setting your foundation in place or concealer in place with your powder is just going to go ahead and prime your eyes and get them ready for shadows. And it just takes away a step. I forget about that powder a lot. I need to start using that more. Alright, now on to products that we actually did just purchase. This is the NYX eyebrow pencil. I got the shade dark brown because my hair is pretty dark these days, but this is kind of an ashy looking color. We will see how that goes. Well, it's not as ashy once you start applying it. Now that's actually a really good color for my hair right now. And I'm just going to take the brush and just kind of use it to fill in the front of the brow. We're going to go for more natural looking brows today. I'm going to go ahead and fill the other one and I'll be right back. Alright, up next I'm going to use the e.l.f. Brow Mascara. You guys, this one's not really new, but it's a repurchase. And I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you. I think this stuff does a pretty good job of holding your brows in place. There are other brands that make more like heavy duty brow gel, but I don't really need anything that heavy duty. Like, I'm not going to a party or nothing, so I'm digging it. I'm liking it. I'm going to go ahead and do eyeshadow, and the only eyeshadow that I have that is new right now is actually the Unique Moodstruck Addiction Shadow Palette 4, and I'm going to take the shade Arrogant, which is right here, and I'm going to put that right into the crease. This is kind of like a mustardy kind of shade is the best way that I can explain it. Fall transition shade to me. It's nice and warm. So I'm just going to use circular motions and my Wet n Wild blending brush and just put that all in the crease. Alright, so that's what we're looking like. And then I'm going to take the shade Brave, which is this guy right here. This one to me is like a true chocolate brown, and I'm just going to push that into the outer V. Then I'm just going to get out that original brush that I used to apply the first shade, and I'm just going to blend these together. Just keep building up your colors until you get them as dark as you like. For the lid, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Tender, and it's just a really pretty sparkly pearl shade. It's the best way I can describe it. And it almost feels wet, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. And I'm also going to take it into the inner corner as well to open the eye up. I'm going to put that on the brow bone just a bit too. Feeling a shimmery brow bone today. And then the last shade that I'm going to use from this palette is going to be Secretive. That is this shade right here. And I'm just going to apply that right in between where that white shade meets the black shade, and that's just going to help it transition better. I'm going to take the e.l.f. little smudger shader brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Arrogant, and buff that right onto the lower lash line. And that's going to be it for shadows. So I'm going to line my eyes now, and for upper liner I'm going to use a liquid pen. This one is again by e.l.f. and it's just in the shade black. So I feel like when you shake these up it kind of helps them out sometimes. I could be wrong, that could just be all in my head. Whoa, that's got a pretty long tip on it. And there's already color coming off, so that's kind of a good sign for me. So I think that I like this. I mean, I still prefer not using a pen liner, but it's just so convenient that it's all like right there. Final thoughts on this liner is that it's okay. I mean, it's not the worst pen liner that I've ever used. It's not the best pen liner that I've ever used. So far, my favorite one is by a company that I don't know anything about. I'll try to find it. It's by a company called Scone Cosmetics, or at least I'm assuming that's the name, is Scone. But this thing is really, really awesome. I use it all the time. This is pretty much my go-to pen liner. I was hoping the e.l.f. one could replace it because A, I don't know anything about Scone Cosmetics, but I guess we'll have to figure stuff out. And B, e.l.f. is just so affordable and accessible. And I'm pretty sure I got this either in Ipsy or Sephora, so I'm guessing that I will have to order this online if I purchase it, which is okay. I don't mind buying stuff online, but like I said, I was just hoping the e.l.f. one would replace it, which it didn't do too bad. I'm not mad at it or nothing. It seems alright. I don't have a new liner, so I'm going to use one of my favorite ones, which is the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny. This one is in the shade black, and I just think it's a really good basic black liner, and it's really, really skinny, so it's good for doing top and bottom really close to the lashes. So there you have that. And then for mascara, I don't really have a new one, so I'm just going to use my Unique Moodstruck Epic Mascara because it is currently my favorite mascara that I own. I still have several that I like really well, and I actually like this one better than the 3D Fibers. And at first, the Fibers was my favorite, but now I really like what this does for my lashes, and it's all in one super easy step, so I like that. And I usually like to do about 2 coats of this stuff. So I give it time for each eye to dry a little bit and then go straight in with the second coat. But I usually only do 2 coats on the top lashes. Not always, but a lot of the time. And then I don't have a new bronzer. I don't know if I've used this one on my channel yet or not, but this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's just a little sample that I got in a bag a while ago, and I use it sometimes, but I can't remember if I've used it on here. So if I have, I'm sorry, but I figure it's new enough that we'll use it for this. And it smells so good. I'm just going to run just a little bit of this on the sides of the nose. And I'm going to be honest, some of that just got in my mouth and it even tastes chocolatey. So that's weird. Kind of like that Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Some of that got in my mouth too, and it was all peachy. So that's crazy how they make makeup taste like stuff. Alright, for highlight, again, I don't know if I've used this on my channel. I don't think that I have because I've only ever swatched it, I'm pretty sure. But it's the Unique Touch a la Mode Cream to Powder Luminizer. And this stuff looks pretty nice. It's not super duper shimmery, and when blended out it just gives a nice sheen to the skin, which I think is going to look very natural. So I'm just going to dot this onto the high parts of my cheek and then just kind of rub it in with my finger. And I think that gives a really pretty glow. It almost matches the highlight on the brow bone. Yeah. Not bad. It's subtle. So I'm just going to take a little line and go down the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the tip, and a little on the cupid's bow. and just rub all this in with my finger. I like that. I like that a lot. And then for blush, you guys kind of know the drill with blush. It's not really my thing, so we're not going to do that. But for lips, I didn't haul this time, but I haven't used it since I did haul it. And this is the e.l.f. matte lip color in the shade Natural. And this looks like a shade that's right up my alley, and I'm hoping that it's not too pale. Okay. Alright, so this is like a crayon. So that very much is like a natural color. That pretty much is my natural color to a T. I might have to go around the edges with a lip liner, because it kind of looks like I don't have any lips right now. So I'm going to take this one from Essence. Well, I like the color, but I don't think that I like it with this eye, so I'm going to switch it up. So instead, I'm going to use this Smashbox matte lipstick. I don't know what shade this is. It hurts my heart so bad that I don't know, because I would love to buy it. It's actually the same one that I had on in my last video, and I love this shade. I think it's pretty for spring, summer, fall, winter. I just think it's one of those really nice shades. It's going to look good with lots and lots of eyeshadows and stuff. So if you guys know what shade this is, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to look it up so I can link it, because I want to be able to purchase it too. But it came in a sample box, so I don't know. Please tell me somebody else will know. Alright, the very last thing that I'm going to do is set my face in place. This is not a new product, it's just one that I really enjoy, and that is the Catrice Cosmetics Long Lasting Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. I'm just going to give my face a couple spritzes of this. And that stuff smells like literal heaven, so sometimes I can get carried away with it. But that's everything for this look, guys. I really enjoyed several of these products. I feel like I would have loved this lipstick had I not had on the eyeshadow that I chose to wear today. I think this would have looked really nice. And again, this one is in the shade Natural. It's not going to focus, but Natural. And then the cream highlight, I actually am really digging that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's giving a really nice glow to the skin. This stuff is like, I do like it. I like the way that my eyeliner turned out. I usually have a really hard time matching up my wings, and they seem to be pretty even today, so I'll give it credit for that, because I ain't done it with any other pen liner. This palette right here, I absolutely love this palette. I cannot wait to play with some of the blue shades that are in here. I think that it would have been even better, and don't get me wrong, don't hate me for saying this, but I think it would have been even better if it would have had an even lighter transition shade, because these are all really nice shades, but like, it just goes straight from like light to super dark. Like, there's not really a good transition shade unless your skin is like way deeper than mine. So that's the only thing I will say against this palette. It blends super nice. The pigment is definitely there, and it's just an all-around nice palette. Then the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer is 100% awesome. I'm loving this. Smells good, looks good, blends good, tastes good. Like, it's good. This stuff is always a repurchase for me. It gets the job done. It's affordable. I know one end is supposed to be for lashes and the other is supposed to be for brows. I use both sides of this for brows, because I don't really feel like I need clear mascara. I know that it can just be to make your lashes curlier or whatever, but foundation, I think I mentioned this during my Halloween videos, but clearly I love this stuff. It works amazingly well at covering up my redness, so I give this 2 thumbs up. And just in case you guys are wondering, I know I seem to mention it in every video, or at least I think that I mention it in every video. I do sell Unique makeup. I do have a link down below that you can purchase any of the products by Unique that you've seen me use. So if you liked any of these products, make sure to click that link. You may find some other stuff on there that you like. And I want to say that if you spend over $100 that it's free shipping. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it is. I think it's free shipping if you spend over $100. Like, I mean, it adds up really quick. Like, makeup and skincare is something that we all love. We all don't necessarily need, but we kind of need, or at least I need it. And yeah, that's that. Oh, and of course the mascara, like best mascara ever, like hands down my favorite mascara nowadays. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched until the end, you are a trooper. I know this one was a long one, but thanks, I appreciate it. That's all for now, guys. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and always be you. I'll catch you in the next one.